Around the world, they drink this beverage in its many exotic forms. It is coffee.
Standing tall amidst rising tides of advanced coffee culture.
Coffee, coffee, coffee.
And brewing a cup so powerful that it tastes like nostalgia. This analog time machine is a coffee lover's Swiss Army knife, a caffeinated companion, a legend of the bean world. The Bialetti Moka Pot is an iconic object for an iconic cup. If this series has taught me anything, it's that the most random stuff can have a cult following. And this little coffee maker is just the next guy on our list. Speaking of cult followings, I'm sure you're well aware of the zealous devotion behind modern coffee culture.
Time to make some coffee.
Today we're going to be making an Italian cappuccino.
From the Java snobs to the brewskis, the bean girls, and even folks like me, who barrel towards the primo cappuccino machine at a gas station. Whichever way you slice it, coffee consumption has become a whole personality. But modern coffee culture is different everywhere you go. For some, coffee is the to-go cup rocket fuel that launches the daily work grind. For others, it's the slow sip of a casual cafe gathering. And in Italy, coffee is the fabric of society. Wow, do you like what I did there? This has all just been a ploy to end up in Italy. Benvenuti in Italia. L'Italia è il luogo ideale per iniziare questa storia. Y'all didn't know I spoke Italian, did you? Wow, eccomi qua in Italia. Siamo arrivati a Alberobello, è una piccolissima città. But Italy would be an ideal place for us to start, considering that Italians not only gave us the lingo, they gave us the espresso.
Espresso, cappuccino, pizza, calzone, buffalo mozzarella, olive oil.
And the story of the Bialetti Moka Pot is just another story of the many fabulous contributions Italians have made to the world. And that story begins in the 1930s. In 1933, Luigi De Ponti and Alfonso Bialetti partnered up to bring stovetop espresso into the homes of coffee-loving Italians. At the time, this intense and illustrious coffee beverage was only available in cafes, where baristas skillfully operated massive machines that crafted tiny cups of liquid gold. The allure of espresso was undeniable, and while the communal experience of sipping espresso at an Italian cafe, often standing up at a little coffee bar, was and is, I will tell you from personal experience, downright exquisite, these guys wanted to capture this experience in a compact, accessible brewing device, so that Italians could enjoy a bold, full-bodied coffee experience from the comfort of their home. And thus, the Bialetti Moka Pot was born. Named aptly after the port city of Mocha, Yemen, as in the historical birthplace of the global coffee trade, the Moka Pot employs a simple yet masterful approach to homemade espresso. And it consists of three main parts: a bottom chamber for water, a middle chamber for coffee grounds, and the top chamber for the brew. Ta-da! Now I know we all failed physics in high school, so I'll be brief. Water heats up in the lower chamber, generating steam. And that pressure pushes the hot water up through a funnel to the middle chamber, where it elegantly coaxes through those grounds. Coffee mud. But the pressure's still on. Defying gravity is tough work, folks, and we've got one more chamber to go. I'm sweating hard, dude. And so, that saturated coffee mud gets pushed through a metal filter on its way to the top chamber, and then, bam!
Bam!
That'll put hair on your chest. A masterpiece of form, function, elegance, and craftsmanship. This guy's freaking cute! According to Bialetti, it was Alfonso's wife who inspired the iconic 8-sided shape of the mocha with her silhouette. The head, the broad shoulders, the narrow waist, the arm on the hip, and a pleated skirt. Italian women really are a work of art. And as if his mother's contributions weren't enough, Renato Bialetti, son of Alfonso, stepped in to take his father's humble brand international. In 1953, Renato commissioned L'Omino con I Baffi, the little man with the mustachio, to be the new company mascot. In addition to being displayed on every Bialetti Moka Pot, the little mustachioed man became a television sensation, appearing on the iconic Carosello to let Italians know
Sì, sembra facile.
And if my Italian summer vacation taught me anything, it's that means yes, 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 it seems easy to make good coffee. And that essentially was the whole point of the Moka Pot. The little mustachioed man went on to become a celebrity and totally launched the brand to become an internationally recognized symbol of Italian coffee culture.
Un espresso meglio che al bar.
And made the Moka Pot a household staple for a world's worth of coffee lovers. But meticulous engineering, steadfast branding, and the novel concept of homemade espresso is not, in my humble opinion, what makes the Moka Pot so iconic. And neither is the fact that it's been displayed in the MoMA, the Smithsonian, Cooper Hewitt, and the London Science Museums, to name a few. Nor the fact that when Renato Bialetti died, his ashes were placed in a giant Moka Pot, which I will admit is totally iconic. What makes the Moka Pot so iconic is its remarkable ability to evoke nostalgia. Que meraviglia! Ah, nostalgia. That wistful longing for simpler times. A time when you didn't have to wonder which milk alternative was less destructive to the environment. Oat, almond, or soy? Which is it? The Moka Pot, with its vintage charm, taps into that nostalgia like a master manipulator of our emotional well-being. A classically potent tool in the psychology of consumer behavior, nostalgia manifests profoundly in the realm of coffee. Intoxicating aromas, percolating sounds, teeny tiny little cups! Come on! I have a personal theory that espresso culture exists mostly as a vehicle for those of us who suffer from the design illness known as teeny tiny cup fetish. But that's for another video. You see, we humans have this inexplicable attachment to objects that remind us of bygone eras. Record players, Polaroid cameras, marble notebooks, typewriters, mechanical pencils, and literally any Toyota Corolla that came out before 2009. While technological advancements have improved the ways that we can listen to music, snap pictures, jot down notes, or drive a car, certain objects find themselves eternally embraced due to their ability to transport us back to a simpler time. In fact, the faster technology evolves, the more we romanticize slower, simpler rituals. Despite the countless brewing methods and cutting-edge coffee machines available, especially the instant espresso pod thingamajigs that wouldn't be here if not for the Moka Pot, people continue to choose this almost a century-old coffee maker to make analog doses of caffeinated bliss. The Moka Pot is an heirloom that carries with it an essence of traditional Italian coffee making. It brings a sort of if you know vibe to the morning ritual. And hey, this thing brews a cup of coffee so strong, it actually might turn you into a little man with a mustache. So folks, if you find yourself brewing your morning cup of joe in one of these bad boys, remember, this is no ordinary coffee making experience. It is a celebration of design excellence and an enchanting reminder that even the most everyday objects can transcend utility and become absolutely iconic. And sì, sembra facile to grab yourself a Bialetti Moka Pot on Wayfair.com and explore a whole universe of bean machines and accessories for all your caffeine cravings. Remember to like and subscribe to keep up with all of Wayfair's content, and I'll see you next time on Iconic Objects. Mwah! Alla prossima!